Hey, it's 42 here. Oops. Oops. Wait a minute. That's the wrong YouTube channel. Hold up, hold up. You're watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And you see the title. Today, we're talking about who could medal between 2022 and 2024. All right. Now, the thing is here, because we have 4 championships left out of the 5 that were there because of the lockdown and everything that happened, is there going to be a person that actually wins all of these all the way through? I think the chances of that happening right now, let's answer that, slim to none. And Slim just got mollywop, beat down, and died in a ditch. Okay, that's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen, or very unlikely to happen. I'll say it like that, because anything is possible. Very unlikely, because you see in normal years, before when there's an off year, people still get injured. I mean, trying to compete at a top level, it just kind of depends. Are you training specifically, and then you're barely going to race throughout the year? Look at Dina Smith this year, actually. And then specifically be trained for the championship. Right. And then unfortunately, she got injured at the British championships. But are you going to train for the championship, barely run that much otherwise, and then be ready for that? Then that would be a little bit more safe, quote unquote. And then it's more possible. But here's the but. Like I said, in the past, how many athletes at the very top level can avoid getting injured? Right. And then come through and win the championships year in and year out, all the way through without a loss. Not that many. I've seen it on the distance side. I mean, Mo Farah? But those have off years in between. So let's see. We're going to go into these details today. But anyway, before we get into today's topic, don't forget that one of our last videos, we were talking, well, this one isn't. This is an older video about Sha'Carri Jackson. One of the last videos, we talked about Sha'Carri Jackson being the best sprinter in Jamaica. And when we talk about best, we're talking about the overall composite between 100 and 400. And people keep saying third best or something like that. You just really don't understand how people are getting ranked. They rank them to that because the world's best athlete on the men or the women's side isn't necessarily just going to be who has these top times in a particular event. You got to understand where it goes. Also, here's an honorable mention before we get in there. Bowie. All right. She came away at the World Championship title. You know what happened with Elaine Thompson-Herah. Now, the thing is with her, and the reason why she's an honorable mention here is because we don't know how she's going to respond back from coming from, being away and injured and all of that stuff. So I don't know how to just put her in here. I would say that she could be a person that gets it. Another thing here, an honorable mention. Hey, anything can happen. Can one of the Clayton twins take it? Yeah, sure. I'm going to focus on what we can see right now. Sure, Sturgis could probably get it. Sure, TT Terry could get it. Kimba Nelson could get it. Somebody else can get this. Oh yeah, by the way, Cherokee Young could move down from the 400 and then dominate. But we're not going to talk about those what ifs. We're going to talk about the top athletes. So if you have a problem with that, go to the next video. And if you listen to everything I say and then still disagree, just go in the comment section below and do that. And don't forget to support the channel with the links of the Cash App, Patreon, and everything below. We're going to do a giveaway for the YouTube members and the Patreon. So here it is. Here's the list of the athletes. So we got Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Sha'Carri Richardson, coincidentally 1, 2, and 3 as far as the world ranking list. Then we got marie-josee Talu, right? Then we got Dina Smith. So remember, I'm taking the top athletes. And the reason why Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is listed here and Elaine Thompson-Herah. Well, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, I'm not listing her even because she's like the dominant feature here, but I am. I'm not removing her because she's not the top athlete. That's what I meant to say. But I'm mentioning her because, I mean, when it comes down to the 100, which is what I am speaking about here, I mean, it's pretty hard to get away from all of her titles of what she has in the 100 and the at the World Championships and the Olympics. So it's like you put Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in there, and you basically got a cheat button in order to get, I don't know, a medal at the very least, right? I want to focus on the goals today, but if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce lines up and she makes the team, because there might be a chance that she doesn't, right? We got to be honest here. But if she makes a team, chances are she makes a final. She makes a final, then she's probably going to medal most of the time. Not guaranteed. We know it happened before, but most of the time you basically got a medal coming out of that. Okay, and that's the reason why I mentioned her. You can't really talk about the 100 without that. Now let's just give my analysis on this one. Do I think that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is going to win every single one of these throughout? No. Do I think she has a chance of winning a few of them? Assuming, here's the thing, assuming does she stay for all the way through? Does she keep going until Paris? Right? Does she keep going? If the answer is yes, then I think she wins one, maybe two of these championships. And the other ones are going to go to somebody else. I think the age is going to catch up to her. And while if she can get faster, if she has one more year that she can get faster, specifically next year, right? And if she leaned at the line, she would have broken 10-6. But we can't count it because, it's not on there. So we know that she has potential sub 10-6 potentiality right here, just like other people have potential 10-6 potentiality, Richardson. I think that she gets one, maybe two titles. Like she wins them. Otherwise, I can't see it. And I know it might contradict some other stuff in here that I'm about to go over. I'm just giving you the chances of this. I think she gets one, maybe two. Age is going to catch up to her. And while she getting faster. Okay, so when she slows down, because if people slow down, well, let's just say like Usain Bolt. If he could go 9.5 by the time he slows down, that was still enough for him to win most of those, except for the final one where he lost. And if you think about the times weren't extremely quick that year, but he was dealing with a lot of things, right? We could go into details another time, but he was dealing with a lot of things in the background. He could have still won that race with only a slightly faster time, quote unquote, slightly. That's really, they're moving very quickly just to break 10, but a slightly faster time. Now, think about it like this. If she can get down to the 10.5s, 10.5 mid, 10.5 low, by the time she slows down, she's probably running back in the 10.7s. Somewhere maybe 10.7 high, 10.8 low on a slow. Like that's the equivalent to Usain Bolt versus Justin Gatlin that time. Right? This is where you follow me, please. Follow me. That's what I'm saying. If she can get a little bit faster, or even if she slows down here, I think that's still good enough for her to be fast enough in those finals, because that's what it's about. A lot of people, they burn themselves out through the other rounds, right? And then when you get to the final, you can't handle it. If she can sustain this, and then her speed endurance gets her through, so that's the thing that's going to be good. Her speed itself may not be getting faster, but because she improved her speed endurance, which improved the tail end of her race, that allows her to maintain some of her speed longer now if she slows down. So therefore, that allow her to run faster now. She may not even have improved anything about her start. It was all about the improvement of holding her form longer, which she has always struggled through. And that is like a cheat code if you think about it. Now, let's go over to Marie-Josee Talu, okay? Now, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she's 34. The age is going to catch up to her. Now, for when it comes to men versus women here, now, it hits men a little bit harsher because we have more testosterone. That's what I do want to say. So women typically, and I mean, the science backs this too, as far as the damage that it does on our body. Well, testosterone is more damaging than estrogen. Estrogen allows you to recover a little bit more quickly as far as from injuries or some pain and things like that in terms of those things. So, and then also there might be something to do with, hey, you have a baby that gives you somewhat, at least a short-term rejuvenative effect. Look at Paula Radcliffe. She broke the world record in the marathon after having a baby. Faith Kipyegon ran a national record, the same in Doha, for Kenya in the 1500, finished second, and then this year she won it, and then she's faster now. Okay, so when it comes to that, sometimes these maybe having a baby has a rejuvenative effect. I've been looking into studies with that, so that might be something there. So she might be able to last a little bit longer than Justin Gatlin, but it's going to catch up to her. It catches up to everybody. Now, Marie-Josee Ta Lou, 2 years younger. That means if she can get some similar ability to boost or something like that, then she could potentially get faster. Everybody is different. And when I say body, I mean literally body. So with Ta Lou, if one of the other ones slip up and she can remain injury free, as we see, she got injured this year. So we're going to see how long that takes her out, what that does for her training next year, and everything like that. Ta Lou, if she learns to lean, matter of fact, I think she has a darn near zero chance of winning, not because she's not fit enough, not because she's not there, it's because she really don't lean. She's had at least 2 times where she could have gotten a better medal once and then won once if she had leaned. And she just don't. She does. The other one was outright not lean. The other one is she leaned partially. Maybe she thought she was leaning, because for her, if you don't lean, like I wore a backpack so long that when I walk, I have a backwards lean when I'm walking. So I actually have to force myself to walk where what it feels like I'm leaning forward. So to her, she might actually feel like she's leaning forward, but she's actually only going like, all right, she's just dipping slightly, but it's not enough. So that's the problem with Ta Lou. We're going to go past her. Now we're going to go to Dina Asher-Smith. This is going to be an interesting one. Dina Asher-Smith, all right, might be a little bit touchy for some people, but hey, look, while she's out there doing her model thing and she's taking the pictures and she's doing that and getting her money, she's out here and she can get medals, okay? We got to remember that she is right there. She's ripe enough. She's 25 years old. Yeah, sure, there are people that are younger coming up. As we can see, these events are being dominated at this time by people that are older. And if you look at this last decade or so, you will see most of the athletes that were at these medal contention spots, if they're able to have sustainability, right? They're able to come through and they're the ones that get passed to for the medals. So Dina Asher-Smith, she might actually be in a medal contention. I think that she has a chance to win one of them. I don't know which one. Don't hold me down to which one. I can't predict that one in there. I would say it's probably one of the later ones rather than the sooner ones. So she might be closer to the age of 30 than she is on this side of 25. So basically, I would say if I had to be held down to something, it would be closer to Paris than it is for the next year's championship, right? Even though it's an even number, so how can you be closer? So I would just say that it's probably the last 2, including Paris, or yeah, I couldn't tell you. That's what I would say. But she has to remain injury free. She gets injured kind of frequently, a little bit too much to my liking. If she can remain uninjury free, because there's no guarantee that these finals are going to be doing 10-6s all the time. And remember, if this shoe technology is the reason why they're getting faster, well then maybe, just maybe, with the shoe technology and everything that they got with the tracks and everything and whatnot, she can still run a fast time. Remember, now we got to get used to, now a 10-6 is probably going to be equivalent to the 10-7. 10-7 is like a 10-8, right? So if she can get into the low 10-7s, high 10-6s, she has a chance of winning. And I think she has that ability here. All right, let's get to, I'll talk about, I don't know which one I want to talk about first. Okay, Richardson. She's 21. I think Richardson has a chance of winning this. Now, a buddy of mine I was speaking to, he actually said that it's going to come after Paris. He doesn't see her getting it beforehand. He sees her kind of struggling through and everything here. But he was like, basically through age and through other means of how her talent is and how she's developing so far, is that she will actually have a chance eventually. It's just not going to happen. Somebody winning year in and year out does not happen that often, especially when you factor in somebody can get injured right? One of the top athletes, sure. One of the other athletes could get injured too at the same time. And then none of them that are on this list could have an ability to win. That's possible. Or somebody else just overperforms. Brianna Williams, everything like that of that nature. So when it comes to Richardson, I want to say I agree with him, but something tells me that if she does, I think she can get 1 or 2. Like, I either got her from 0 to 2 within this period of time. I kind of want to agree with them, but something is telling me that if she can get locked down her start to at least be better. I mean, look at her 60-meter time. What is it? 70 point. Hold up. 7.2. Was that a wind assisted time right here? Hold on. Because it doesn't. Oh, that's outdoor. Indoor. 7.2. Here it is, right here. So she got a 7.2. I mean, slow to be running a 10.7. Think about it. Slow start to run a 10.7. That means her top end speed and when she gets there and everything is going to be a big factor. If she can get this down 0.2 of a second faster, just imagine what damage she can do if she maintains near the same or the same top end speed plus the acceleration is there, because the acceleration window also has to come into effect, / your deceleration. All of that comes into effect. Just because she gets faster at her start does not mean that her times will necessarily get that much faster. It could just be like, all right, her start's now sub 7 seconds, right? She's got a sub 7 second start, but now she's lost her ability to hold her form all the way through, because now she's more tired. You know how those things go. I don't have to get into the analysis here, but I think she gets 1, maybe 2. The big factor here for Elaine Thompson-Herah, all right? Look. Woo! Woo. Okay. Can she maintain being injury-free? If she maintains being injury-free for most of these, in my opinion, this is what I would do. With Elaine Thompson-Herah, and I told my buddy this, and I'll tell you all this. I think she should skip 1 or 2 of the world championships and don't even worry about it. If I am injury prone to a serious injury like she is, I got my money straight, right? I would just skip 1 of the world championships. We know that, yeah, sure, they delayed it and they already made the contract, so they got to go through with these world championships. But hey, I got a human body, and my human body don't allow me to be training this hard and this long or whatever. Oh, should I just keep going until my body pops? Yes, I could do that. Yeah, sure. But if I'm in her position, I do want to capitalize on it. Like when she was running so many races over and over and over and everything. Yeah, when you're good, because there's no guarantee you come back the next year and you're still good. But, okay? Okay? With Elaine Thompson-Herah, she got a big, fat problem. She suffered from serious injuries, and that could still, because she's training on it. She didn't get surgery, to my knowledge, on this. This is something I got, and I know from everything I looked up, you can maintain it. There are things you can do, and it could potentially go away. But training at that hard of a level on an Achilles injury and everything like that, if that comes back, she's basically potentially just going, all right, vaporize. Your chances are gone. I would skip it. I don't care if people would call me a chicken or something like that or whatever. I would just tell them, look, we're worried about my injury here for this, and we believe that this championship is not as important as winning, I don't know, the next Olympics. Maybe they could put it that way, because then people could go in, but they're still going to call her a chicken. Who knows what happens? Sponsors might say, what? You got to show up. Show up in the 200, I guess, because, I mean, dominated factor there. Right. So when it comes down to it, I would skip a championship. I don't know if I would skip probably after Eugene, seeing that her sponsor is Trikey. And then it's, if she's trying to increase the chances of her doing well against, the Americans and everything like that, just in case something happens with Fraser-Pryce or Jackson goes back up to the 400. I covered it in the previous video. She said, hey, if her coach and her decide, they'll go back to the 400. No problem. All right. This is what I want to say with her. If she can do it, I think she can win everything except for one, because I would like to see her drop one of the championships. I want to see her drop one of the championships. If she can go all the way through, she's one of the people here that has the potential of winning all of them, except maybe Eugene, depending on if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce next year, because I can't see beyond what's coming up the year here. I think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, based on what she's shown this year, might have one more year in her to maintain a similar level of speed. I don't know about going faster. I don't know about anything like that, but similar level of speed. If she runs like a 10.58, I've already seen her do it. She just didn't lean at the line. That's in my eyes. I've seen her run a 10.58. She just didn't do it at the line. Right? She did not run a 10.59, 10.58 because she didn't lean at the line and whatever. I think it probably would have went to 10.59 at most with that lean, but I've already seen her do it. So in my head, it's just going to be, oh, sure. All right. On paper PR. We already know that you can do it. Now, for who else? Remember, I got this big fat question mark right here. All right. Let's look at this. Remember this question mark? Hey, how do y'all like this one? I know this is when I'm talking a little bit slower. I'm not as energetic or whatnot. I can hear it myself when it comes down to it. I'm busy working on other things, y'all. Look, I'm working on other things, minding my money and my business and expanding out for stuff. Now, when it comes down to it, do you like my drawing right here? That poor drawing of that person. I wanted y'all to know that it was a question mark because the last time people didn't realize that. Now, who else? Who else could do this? Well, let's move over to the women's 200 for a second. And Boma said, and then remember, don't forget about Masalingi. Christine has said an interest to go down to the 100. Now, if Christine or Masalingi, they work on their start and they get that start down, they might have a chance of coming here, because we already saw with the split at the end being in the top 10 finishes at the World U20 Championships. And if you didn't, definitely check out my coverage of the U20 Championships. I'm going to put in an end card here in the upper right-hand corner somewhere at the end of this video. But yeah, they already are running some fast splits with the running start. Just imagine a top 10 split, right? Just imagine, or near top 10, my mistake. Just imagine if Beatrice or Christine can get a start down and be a danger. It takes more than just 1 year. It takes a long time. It takes a while to develop your start. So this isn't going to be next year. No, I don't think that that isn't realistic. If it is, then I think somebody is like, dang, you got some miracle magic stuff. Like, I don't see that happening. From a horrible start to a great start, no. A horrible start to a fair or an okay-ish start every once in a while, yeah, I can get that. And then, of course, you're going to be in the middle of your season. So, of course, you're going to be seeing people, because somebody said that, oh, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, of form wasn't looking whatever. Hey, look, you're in the middle of the season. You can't, when you're in the middle of your season, the competitive part of your season, at that point, you really can't be working on too much, right? Too many changes. You just you kind of gotta roll with it at that point. So, do I see Christine or Beatrice getting something? Depends on if they get banned or not. If they are not banned, I can see one of them winning a 100, and then shortly thereafter, I think that opens the floodgates to one of them getting banned, or the athletes getting banned. Whether I agree or disagree or anything like that, that's not what I'm reporting here. All I'm reporting is what I see to be the analysis. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my analysis of what I have here on all of the athletes here? Right? Do you guys see any of these athletes being able to take them? Like I said, I can see Elaine Thompson-Herah realistically being able to take all of them, bar the injury. Bar the injury. I can see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce taking them all, except that old age is going to catch up to Fraser-Pryce. And there are people that are getting faster underneath her. And that's the problem. The difference between Fraser-Pryce and Usain Bolt when it comes to this is Usain Bolt was so much faster than everybody else that if he slowed down, he was still ahead of everybody else. While everybody else was here tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired, Usain Bolt, I mean, London, I think he was pretty much there. I think Rio, I think he was trying to break the world record in Rio in the 100 at the very least. It looked like he was trying to do that. Anybody else look at that one? And I think he was trying to go for the world record. And I think maybe with a better start, because I mean, or was the wind against him or something like that? Whichever one of those two, I think that might have been another chance to seeing it. So he was in pretty similar shape in Rio. So, I mean, if she can maintain her shape is the biggest thing. That's going to be the biggest factor. I can see her winning all of them realistically, but age, that's going to be the biggest nail in the coffin for her. That's the biggest nail in the coffin. And if she even decides she wants to do it, I think she's going to take it a day at a time. It's kind of like Justin Gatlin. He was like, well, I don't know, just race at a time, as he was saying for so many years. I mean, he was saying this since 2016, I think. So, and then here we are. It's 2021, and he's still competing. So, when it comes down to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, maybe that's where it goes. But anyway, you've been watching Head and Shoulders ATR production. Check out these end links at the end of this video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace and much love, everybody.